Okay, there it goes. Hello, we have Shaughnessy and Christine, and then did I say it right?
Christina.
Christina. Okay, I'm bad with names, sorry. And also, Zaid is gonna join us later on.
All right. What changed your view of the design profession
Who wants to go
so
first?
far? Has anything changed?
Mhm.
For me, it's just been looking at all of the steps and being able to take each of those steps. I didn't, when I first decided to design, I was like, oh, it's just putting something in it, Adobe and making it. I never really thought about a design.
Like everything that goes into
Yeah,
a
like a
design.
brief and making that and all of that. I never really put all of that together, but now it really makes sense.
Yeah, I guess I can agree as well. Didn't really think there was so much to it. Not that it's a bad thing. I'm glad I'm
Right.
understanding exactly what's all involved. It's nice to know. It's a good learn. Well, I guess that's why we're
Yeah.
here to learn.
It's also good because you can, if you skip a step, you can go back and look and say, oh, I didn't do this. Let me add that in and see if it gives you a new idea.
Another thing is why I appreciate the feedback, the way the instructors, the professors have been doing is that's something that in the field, in the actual profession, they're going to be doing that all the time.
Right.
Not every design or th idea or anything or concept is going to be 100% the first time you deliver it. They're going to change things. I mean, they might change the thing entirely and you might have to start all over again. So I like that, they kind of give feedback like, let's tweak it here, let's fix it here. Here's some ideas, here's some, suggestions. I appreciate the feedback because that's what you're going to be getting in a real world setting. Probably not as detailed or polite, but
Right.
you might just have people that just say, I don't like it, and give me something else and give you no feedback. So you kind of have to work with the little to the lot. And I like that because, and especially now in this month, I feel like we're taking it in a more detailed step process in a way. Because I know we touched base on this, what was it, in month five
Hmm.
as well with the creative briefs. So now I feel like we're taking it more. This is step one, and we're going to go more in depth. This is step two. This is more in depth. So I feel like I like the how I feel like this month has been more in depth on what's involved in creating a creative brief than
Right.
the previous month, which is kind of like get ready. This is what's coming, but now this is more in depth. This is how you get from here to here to here.
Well, we sort of learned the concepts in month five and kind of practiced them, and now we can go, okay, this is how we do it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh,
Please, good.
hi.
Anything from you, Maria,
I
that
agreed.
has changed your view of the design profession?
I would say also that he has touched a lot about like the writing too. Like all the writing we had to put on like for the designs, and then like also like that's what
The
I
rationales.
yes.
Yeah, I'm interested to see once we get to the end how they all line up, our design rationales, how detailed that really is going to be.
I'm also thinking about like, or are we gonna choose one of the topics, or are we gonna like stay
I
with
think the
one?
topic that we're working on now is the topic that
Yeah,
we're going to
I think
do.
so. I think that's our end goal project is what we're
Yeah.
working on now.
I don't know if it's him. Let me see. Hold on.
Sorry, I'm losing my light here. It's starting to get cloudy outside.
It's
It's
cloudy
probably
here
gonna start to
too.
rain.
And it's gonna be hotter here later on. I'm like, this doesn't even feel like it's gonna be fall. Tomorrow is gonna be
We had
80.
2 hot days and it got back up in the 90s, and then today it got cooler again, and my dogs are so thankful.
Tomorrow's gonna be 80 and it's gonna be fall.
Yep.
I'm like,
I'm in Florida, so
We have the
it's
same
always
weather every
summer
day.
here. It's always summer here, so
I'm
What
in
part of Florida are
California.
you in?
South Florida.
Okay.
Oh, that's why. I'm in California, so I feel like the same way as you being in Florida.
Yeah, we're in the middle of our hurricane season, so that's where we're getting all the rainy
Yeah,
weather.
I'm in North Carolina, so we watch it too. We've already been hit
I feel
once
bad
this
for you
year,
guys.
so
Yeah.
okay.
Is it
What about communicating more precisely through design? What are your
Communicate.
thoughts on that?
hmm, communicating? I would say probably when you're because also with the pictures also will say communicating because you're communicating with the like what is gonna be the design. And then probably I will say also the colors too. And then also the I cannot say it. Tiara.
Typography.
Yes.
Um, to build on that, I kind of like the how we've emphasized how to structure messaging, benefit audience, features, and translate it visually. So I get where you're saying, we start with the pictures and then we go into the design rationale to kind of understand how we build on everything.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with Maria as well that, communicating the design, I had a very naive aspect of it, just thinking it was just what was written. That's the written communication. I didn't think it was the visuals, the text being used, the colors being used, the um help me out here, world.
The last month with the sound,
Yeah, the
Oh yeah, the
sound,
sound too. The
but
sound too.
also how brands, the consistency with the brands, from all the way down to the simplest detail of, even barcodes. A while back, we did barcodes in one of the design classes I had, and having to add a barcode, whether you decorate it or don't decorate it. There's some brands that have barcodes that are their pictures, which is part of their
right?
brand messaging, which is part of that communication. So like you being more in here, getting into the designer thought, there's so many aspects to communicate to a brand versus just a commercial or just a sound bit or just an ad in a magazine or a billboard. There's so many different
Yeah,
parts. And then there's people who specialize in those certain fields, like UI, UX designers just mainly focus on that versus just graphic design, which could be a whole thing on its own, while touching base on everything. It's just, I didn't think that this field was as big, if if
yeah,
if that makes sense, as it is. It's so in depth with, and especially with AI coming into play and having to learn to work with it and not have it work against you in some ways. Because I like
yeah.
when the instructor, he mentioned running your thing through the chat GPT to kind of get a nice layout, and but then making sure it
Build
sounds
on it.
human
Yeah.
in a way. I like that idea because I'm very like, oh, I don't know about AI. I don't, even though I have AI in my house, I've never used Chat GPT or anything like that to
Did you
make
watch
things.
the video of Friday's class?
I haven't
Where,
watched videos yet.
yeah, 'cause, he took Maria's design and put it into Chat GBT and had it make a picture for him just using the keywords.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really interesting. So there's so much out there with what AI is going to be turning into.
Hmm. Yeah, so I better learn to embrace it.
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah, I don't really use I do use I when it comes to research when I do research for tourism because I did study tourism before, so I do use AI a lot. But I do use it not that much, but I feel like I need to use this more often. So yeah.
Do you use it as kind of like a way to plan out, or do you use it to design something that you submit as it gives it to you?
I do it when I plan out mostly. It helps a lot. Like what he put on there for it was very helpful. So I feel like I want to use it now on too.
Yeah, I didn't realize it would do pictures until this month, or do them in the way that he showed Maria. So at some point I want to come up with some design concepts and see if what it builds for me.
Hmm.
I think for me with AI, it's how do you type in the commands? Because like I've tried playing around with it, and I'm not sure how do you word it in the
Yeah,
box to so it knows. Because like I can have it up here, but how do I get what up here onto so that it understands
right.
where I want it to look like or something like that? I think that's my anticipation, or not anticipation. What would that word be? My hesitation to try AI is that I don't know how to put it in. So with Maria having that experience, how would you suggest somebody like me who's very hesitant to work with AI more in the future?
I will say put the hint words, like whatever you're looking for, like it will be more easier just to find whatever hint words you do. That's what I do when I also do like the design here. Like I go and research what words are they, the words, and then like the hint words, and then I go use the library resources. That's how I do it. And like I put it in my own words.
I was invited to go see the Google AI, the Gemini,
Yeah.
and met with the Google person, and she gave us, they have like five different types of AIs. They have one that will make videos for you, one that will
Wow.
take your notes for you and keep your notes organized and all that. So it's really going to be expansive when we get it all going.
And it's free on, I think you said it was free, right, Shaughnessy?
Yeah, I think with a student, you can get a student one for free for Google Gemini membership for a year.
That's good.
So what we've been talking about kind of goes into the next one, which was the application as a designer in the future. So that sort of AI sort of ties into that.
Hmm. I would say also like social media has a lot of AI stuff. Like Instagram has like one of the things for AI. Like when you're looking for something, you will tell them like to look something, it will look for it.
Right. But I think also keeping the sorry, my dogs are going crazy. Um keeping the basics that we are learning, the design brief and all of that is going to be important in the future as well.
I guess Sade is not coming because he hasn't messaged me yet.
Yeah, I don't know where he is. Oh,
Um,
Oh yeah, this is my Athena, baby girl. The oven is going off, so that scared her.
oh,
poor little thing.
She's my little special kitty. She was found, and she might have cerebellar hypoplasia, so she's the wobbly kitty.
hmm.
Um,
Baby girl.
Okay. Next is perspective on the industry. What do you think? the industry is going to turn into.
I think that also ties in with AI.
Yeah,
You
Hmm.
know, I hate to say it, it's AI is the way of the future. So you can either embrace it and learn how to work with it and utilize it to your advantage, or it's going to take over.
right.
I just hope it doesn't come to the point where our creative minds disappear.
Well, I'm interested to find out how we can keep our, is it, if we use AI to help us with the beginning of the a design, does that mean it should be credited, or is that the designers?
I think I saw a post about that a while back where somebody created a picture with AI and there was some kind of conspiracy thing, not conspiracy, but like some controversy about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that I think it's a topic that's going to have to be addressed
Hmm.
because
Then, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I mean even when they take AI takes able to take like a star, it can take Tom Cruise for example and fake it that he's driving their cars, that can't be because you're using his likeness. So, and I'm sure that's copyrighted.
Right
And
now, there is cars who actually are doing like writing, like they're all doing the writing. They're not even like no drivers.
yeah,
It's so scary.
I know a lot of social media, they're implementing into their privacy settings or something like that, where if you're using an AI image or video or anything, you have to mark it as such or it'll
oh,
be
okay,
removed. So, like, because even on Pinterest, and I'm a Pinterest freak, I love going there, that's where I get all my ideas and inspirations and stuff. If you click on a picture, and it has any type of AI modification, it says on the bottom AI modified. And
oh,
I think
interesting,
with Instagram and I think even TikTok, you have to check the box if it was created using any kind of AI software.
right,
So that's probably in part of what's going to have to the beginning process of how AI is going to be more introduced into society. But you do make a good point, like who's going to get credited
right,
for that because all we're doing is just typing in a command. But if we use a likeness of a celebrity or a known figure, present or past, who gets the credit for the design? The computer, me, or the
yeah.
person?
Well, I was watching some political posts, and that people are saying, "Oh, this candidate really didn't say that. That was AI," and I never even thought of that. And I'm like, "Yeah, that could be."
Like
There's so
deep
many
fake.
ways to use it.
Yeah, I don't know if for design you had to put like the credit in the bottom. I think you do, right? Or in the
Yeah,
references. Because for journalism, you put the credit in the bottom of the photo, which is way different. And because I get credit sometimes when I take my photos, and like when you don't take like photos on your when you take your photos on your phone, you don't get the credit either,
Hmm.
which is so weird.
One thing that I think goes back into our class discussion is understanding the current psychographics and differentiation showed on how design is integral to positioning a brand in a crowded market. So, um, I think definitely paying attention to what's going on in the world is going to be important. Because, like I said, AI can make things up.
Hmm.
So, really knowing your psychographics and all that and who you're trying to reach with your branding is going to be important.
Hmm. I would say that AI also has like also things like he's the AI is more smarter, but at the same time you have to put like different things when you use AI because like when you use it on media, digital media, like you can also like you had to like put like okay, you're right. And then sometimes oh, that person is wrong or like AI is wrong, you know?
Right.
Hmm. And that's why you have to use your own words because you never know who is right or who is wrong on this. So yeah.
Makes sense. All right. Brand examples. I know for my project, I'm doing an electric echoes tour. And so I've really had to think of things that would put stimulation up front compared to when I did my last project. It was so much easier to, move everything to be all encompassing and having everybody be involved in it, where stimulation's a little bit harder to put on the forefront. And then that's a messaging element, a visual communication. I mean, using a lot of futurism to signal both memory and novelty, differentiation. Um, I'm making this to keep the stimulation in it. My audience will be interactive with it. The voice and tone, all the copy is charged. So I've really had to pay attention to making sure each of the elements that build up the brand meet that stimulation. Are you guys having that problem when you are doing yours this time?
Yeah, because my first draft, I guess, of it, I picked like I must have picked the wrong one because I was thinking more like novelty for like toys. But then when he was going over it in the feedback, he said it was sounded more like nurturance. So I had to I completely started over
Oh,
and
wow.
went with a whole different idea and looked at it. And I went more with, what he suggested and went more with nurturance and tried to word it in the way he suggested. And then going over, because like I'm reading over through these things that he had us and taking notes about like different colors and typography and some colors, they say that brands usually use for like kids' toys because I'm doing the blocks. So I've been making notes and like ideas of like the textures, the lines that I'm going for. Um, so far I only have about two colors, so I'm still working on the color design. Because I don't want to use black and white because I remember him saying, you don't need to use those because those are almost a given sometimes. So I'm trying to think of like three more other colors
Yeah.
to incorporate with the other two. So
I took black out of my lineup, but I used it instead of using a white background on my look and feel poster. I made it black so that all my colors jump out and
like
stimulate
a
even more.
neon Tron effect.
Yeah.
For me, I have to use black because I'm doing a social group of rock. So I have to use black and then I'm using like dark colors because they're rock and pop, so it's like it has to be like dark.
You
I
could
think
like come up
pop's
with
lighter though.
like a dark red or dark purple even.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would work.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like if you need help Christine, I have ideas too because I have done nutrient before, so if you need help, I can help you out with it too.
Yeah, I'm interested to see everybody that's doing the toys because you guys all had different ways of presenting them up. And so I'm interested to see what how your look and feel and then your vision boards all come together
Yeah.
because they all were similar but different. So
And I'm doing understanding, so I'm doing way different too.
Yeah, I think he said it. One of the toys sounded more like stimulation than it did what they were going for. I can't remember who it was.
I think it was me because he mentioned, because I even mentioned stimulation in one of the things.
Oh, okay.
But he said that it sounded more like nurturance, so I tried to reword it and completely start it over
Right.
and try to focus more on the nurturance aspect of it and how that can, because I mean, if you think about it, it is more nurturance. You're nurturing knowledge and
Right.
the creative minds of a child. That to me, that is nurturance.
Yeah.
Also, like safety too. Like if you choose it for safety, also is also nutrients.
Because when he said that, you don't need to highlight certain things like you don't need to highlight right away, I should say, that it's sustainably sourced or the safety features or certain features later on you can add those on.
Right.
That you don't need to make those your initial unless that is what you're focusing on. But if that's not what you're focusing on, you don't need to put it in right away, especially if it's going to be implied later on as well. I believe he said something along those lines like last week.
Yeah, I think he did. You don't need the fine details, but getting the paying attention to the need is more
Hmm.
important right now.
And then those can be worked in later on through the design.
Right.
And I also seen like a lot about like recycling, like also probably think about like also like when it comes to safe, what is like safe or caring about when it comes to nutrient. Like see if there is like something about recycle or not recycle or something like that too, because
Or
it
sustainability.
mm-hmm.
Oh, here comes the rain.
Oh, this is raining.
Is
Yeah.
that hurricane out there pushing stuff into you guys, or is it just totally out to sea?
In Florida, this could just be her having an attitude.
That's
I
true. When I lived in Tampa, it rained every day at 3.
It'll probably, this is like the third time it's rained today.
What's the hurricane called? Just to be honest.
I
Uh,
don't know if it ever made it to a hurricane status. I think it was something with the G, I think. Gabriel or something.
I
Oh.
have a confession. As a Florida born, we don't really pay attention to hurricanes until they actually become a problem.
Right.
So there could be five of them out there, and I'll have no idea until you're like, oh, by the way, in like 2 days, we're gonna have a hurricane. Stock up on water, stock up on food, and that's it. Oh, and gas. Can't forget the gas. So we don't know anything until it's an actual problem. Oh, I don't know if you guys can hear the thunder, but if I lose power, I'm sorry. I don't know if I'll
It's
get kicked
okay.
off or not.
It's fine.
It's fine. For me, well, right now it's all cloudy. It's just like nothing's going on right now. But later on it's gonna be hot. Watch. I already know.
Okay, the last 15 minutes he said to talk about brainstorming the possible need connected to our group name, Breeze.
So
So what would be the
I was thinking of two things. So for me, I was thinking about like the fall breeze, or it can be like the leaves like moving. And I don't know why, but this is so random. I was thinking about Chris Brown's thing saying like breeze, and I'm like, why did I thought about that? Like it was so random. I don't run because like he uses a lot of breeze when it comes to his brands. So like I kind of thought about that too. It was like that's so random.
well, it does bring up different meanings for everybody. I put lightness, freedom, calmness, and refreshment as words that are themes that are associated with breeze.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially down here in Florida, when you get that sudden cool breeze, we're like, hey, it's fall for the next 2 days.
yeah.
And then here in California where I live at is you feel the breeze of the ocean, like the of the beach. Because I live close to the beach. So mostly I feel like the breeze of the beach. And every time when I go to like Manhattan or Hermosa Beach, like you can feel like the breeze while you're walking and running.
Well, in North Carolina, we have the ocean and the mountains, so we get kind of both.
Hmm.
Are they different?
Yeah, it's
Like, is the mountain breeze colder than the ocean?
yeah, it's always a cooler effect in the mountains than it is at the ocean.
'Cause there's sometimes here in Florida, the breeze is as hot as the
Hmm.
temperature.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and we're just like, why are you even? I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah, our breeze is like colder, so mostly because probably because we're in the Pacific Ocean. So I think that's why ours is more colder and then yours is more hotter because it's in the Atlantic, right?
Hmm.
So like that's why it's like the difference about it. So yeah.
So what psychographics might connect to the breeze?
Is it like the motion?
That's not a psychographic. Well, it kind
Like
of
how it
is.
can connect to people.
Yeah, that's what I kind of had mindfulness and natural inspiration, simplicity, clarity.
I was thinking about the sound too. Like the sound what that makes, what they
Hmm.
will hear and everything else what the people will hear.
Yeah, but with the breeze, I don't expect to hear it too much. I mean, you hear the leaves rustle, but it's not like the wind coming through really fast and blowing things over. It's a little bit calmer, more peaceful.
Hmm.
It could also be for people who are more outdoor. Because like I'm thinking of like, you know, those big fields of like flowers and the breeze comes through and you can see like the breeze waves and the tall
Hmm.
grass. That's what I'm envisioning, like someone outdoorsy and I don't know. It doesn't necessarily have to be outdoors, but I'm thinking more like outdoorsy, like you said, like more free, refreshing. Because when you do get that cool breeze coming in, it does feel nice. It does feel refreshing.
Right.
So like more like an outdoorsy, not necessarily like nature trail hiking kind of outdoorsy, but maybe like picnicking outside or maybe even going to the beach or if there's like
Right.
a park nearby, like a nature park or something.
So if we add adjectives to the focus of breeze and we kind of think of those things, what adjective? Sorry, my dogs are going crazy again. Um, I have one that was like creative breeze. It kind of make goes in with us being designers and looking for lightness and inspiration. So a creative breeze is kind of where I was going with my adjectives.
Sorry, I'm sending back the Zoom meeting for Said if he wants to come.
Okay. Yeah, because we only have 5 more minutes. So
Ooh.
do you guys have any other suggestions for adjectives to describe our group as a breeze?
Probably the color.
I'm looking at like different things here, trying to get an idea. And there's a couple that's like um casual, lively, lighthearted. One of them describes a breeze specifically as like a, strong, uh, light, cool. That's more like temperature.
Another one I came up was like solar breeds. It you connect to sustainability and eco-conscious living, so that in some ways we're learning and that is kind of sustaining what's going on.
I'm looking it up too. Let's see.
Like wind powered,
Mm-hmm.
renewable energy. So like if you're thinking about it that way, you can always think like the most popular color would be like green or different shades of green if we're talking about colors.
I
Hmm.
think blue would have to be in there too because you think the
Blue,
sky is blue, so you
blue.
would need a blue color as well.
Yeah. I don't know if white will count for like clouds, but it can also be gray.
That's true.
I was thinking brown too
Yeah, brown would be good.
for,
Hmm.
for trees.
Mm-hmm. On leaves.
Brown
Use
leaves.
orange too because it can be all, but like the orange brown of it because probably it can be like orange brown can be like the leaves of it too. And also red. It kind of be could be like the darker colors too.
Yeah, you could go into a more autumn feel for it, or you could go into a more spring or beachy feel to it. So, depending on what your adjective is.
Yeah, and then for like the spring, it can be like the flowers.
Mm-hmm. Or the grass on the hill going.
Hmm.
Or here in North Carolina, we get the pollen that covers our cars with 3 inches of yellow stuff. What
Me
would be the possible need for a breeze
For a breeze,
for
like
the
a
breeze
specific
group?
for the crew.
and sorry, Joe. Ah, sorry, I'm looking for my iPad. All right, so the breeze, right? For like the knee.
Mhm. What would be the need? Let's some of the needs off. I'm drawing a blank.
I was thinking of nutrient, but I don't know if that will work.
No, I don't because I don't because I was thinking it would be people who would need refreshment, mental clarity, effortless flow with their creative or daily lives. So it might be affiliation because breezes touch everybody.
True.
It could also be expectation because it can also be clothes and accessories and hairstyles help. So it can be one of those.
That's a hard one to pinpoint.
Yeah, I think it's kind of the both ones that we were right now thinking about. Because that one I was thinking about exhabitation. That one is like mostly it's the need of gaining public attention and shows off not noticeable. And then infinition is to need and closely associated with another's. So it needs friendship. I think it's more infinition. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think affiliation works.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's a group,
Yeah.
we're three's group. And that's all the notes I had. Does anybody else have anything?
Yeah, I was thinking either the nurturance, if we're thinking more of like go green, because that's
Right.
taking care. I'm reading through the lists right now to kind of, yeah, so like affiliation or nurturance. I'm kind of teeter-tottering between those.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
those both make sense.
And you can also even maybe dip into understanding a little bit if you're going more for that eco-friendly, go green, recycling, uh, green, uh, what else? I guess it all
Sustainability.
depends. Yes, yes. I guess it all depends on which direction.
Yeah, where you what you pick as your adjective.
Hmm.
Or I was thinking also pollution too.
Well, the air is polluted, so
Yeah, and we have a lot of pollution here
yeah.
in California, where I live at because I live by Los Angeles, but I live in the South Bay, Los Angeles. The ocean, our ocean that in Manhattan, they had a lot of polluted of stuff in the ocean. So like I was just thinking about that too.
Cool. I think we've covered everything. I'm sorry Zate didn't come. I
Mm-hmm.
was looking forward to meeting him.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
I know I sent him the Zoom meeting also again, but I guess he didn't pick up. So
Strange. Maybe he's at work or something, but he could have told us that.
yeah.
Or
All right.
something came up, or
Yeah,
emergency or something.
hopefully not, but all right, Maria, are you gonna publish this
I'll publish it on my YouTube and then
on YouTube and send us the link?
I'll send you guys the link. I'll do it right now and so that way it can be more faster.
Okay.
Way we all can get it. And then like I can probably put it in the I email it to you guys and then probably put it in the you guys want me to put it in the chat room? In the discussion?
Just email it or text it.
Okay, I just email it and I text it too so that way you guys can see it.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
perfect.
Because when I text it, I mostly text it. I can use it right here where it says like messenger.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I did a group chat because like mostly you can also do group chat on the you can do it on the messenger. Like you can put it like there for like the chat thing. You can put it, you can send it in the text and then everything else will be more easier. And if so, I will put it in both. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're
Good talking
welcome.
to you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.